Hello all and welcome back to my channel RF Codes. As you can see, this is something new that I'm doing right now. So it's a Python tutorial for beginners, and this is the first video of this tutorial. Now I've already created a playlist in my YouTube channel, so anytime you want to access the videos, you can go ahead right there. Now this video will talk mainly about introduction to Python, as you can see on the screen here. So uh, introduction to Python. So this video will just run you through the basics that you need to know about Python knowledge. We won't be programming here, we will just know a little more about Python. So the thing about this course is that you need not require any prior knowledge to Python. You need not require any prior knowledge to coding as well. You just have to uh, watch these videos to learn Python. So now let's head to our first section here. Now, what is exactly Python? That is the first question. Python is a word that will normally sound to you as a snake, but no, Python here that we're talking about is not a snake. As you can see from this logo, you would have recognized that the Python that we are talking about here is a high-level interpreted program, as you can see. So it's a high-level language and it's an interpreted programming language. So it is popular mainly for its simplicity and versatility. That is, it's much simpler to use compared to other programming languages out there, such as HTML. Then we have C Sharp, C++, etc. It's much easier to learn. It was developed by Guido van Rossum. So he was from Netherlands, if I'm not wrong. So he was the one who developed Python, and he developed it in the and it was released in the year 1991. So now why do we call it Python? I mean, it can be called any other language, right? But why Python? Because when he was developing this language, he was watching this famous TV show during that time called Monty Python. So I think it was a comedy show. So when he was watching that, he got an idea to name his programming language called Python. So Monty Python was the show that he was watching. Right, so now let's head to the next slide. Now why should you choose Python to learn? Why only Python and not other languages? Again, as I told long before, that it's simple and it's versatile. So firstly, it has a simple syntax. So it's a very simple syntax that mimics natural language, that as in the English that we speak in our daily life, it's quite similar to that, to the English that we speak. Hence, it's easier to read and understand. So it's a lot more easier to also build projects and faster to improve on them. So unlike other languages, such as HTML, C sharp, they're much harder to understand. Python, however, is very closely related to general English that we use. Again, it's versatile. Python can be used for many different tasks. It can be used for many different tasks, from web development to machine learning. So in the next slides, we'll also come to know about how Python can be used. It's beginner friendly. That's the reason I'm teaching you Python, since it is a language that beginners prefer to learn. It's very easy again. It's open source, that is, anyone out there can use it. It's free to use and it's distributive, even for commercial purposes. So going on in these videos, I'll even teach you how to install Python so you can start coding on it. Now, Python supports many modules and libraries. We'll run through most of them in this tutorial. And now, what are these modules and libraries? They're basically bundles of code that third-party users have created to expand Python's capabilities. So, now, because of these vast archive of modules and libraries, Python is generally uh, supported by most of the commercial users. You can create a lot more using Python. And lastly, Python has a large and active community, which basically means that if you have any doubt, if you have any um, need from Python, if you need something to build your project, you can always go ahead and on the internet, perhaps go to a site, let's say Stack Overflow, and there are many other sites. Now there are many users who are active and they make a large community where you can always find help. You can even help others. Now these are all the reasons that why you should choose Python over other languages. So now let's head to the next slide. Now what can you make using Python? and what can you do using Python. That's what we're talking about in this slide. Now Python, as I told, can be used for a variety of tasks. It's versatile, right? So again, these are just 5 of the things that you can do with Python. Of course, when you are doing Python yourself, you may be able to do more than this. So data analysis and machine learning is taken highly into consideration. Data science is very popular nowadays. Web development can also be done using Python, using some modules. We can use Django as well. Then automation or scripting is also another important part of Python. Software testing and prototyping can be done by Python, and automating everyday tasks, which is basically the simple tasks that you do every day. Let's say you go through the stocks, that can be automated using Python. You can understand stocks much better. Now, I'm not going to run you through each and every single one of this. I don't want you to have a very vast information about any of this. It's just that you should know these, so that in future if anyone asks you about these things, you should be able to know it. This tutorial is mainly for the programming part. You're going to learn how to code. This is just the starting video in which you're going to learn about the details of Python. Lastly, to end this video, I'm going to talk about the few jobs that you can get using Python, that you can attain by learning Python. Now, there are many jobs. Python is one of the highest demanded jobs currently. If you know Python, it's very easy for you to get a job. Hence, many users are nowadays learning Python in the modern world. So Python supports a lot of jobs in the modern world. Now they include a developer, data analyst, data scientist, ethical hacker slash penetration tester, software engineer, data journalist, cloud architect, QA engineer, etc. Now again, you don't have to know much about this. As in when you learn Python, you'll automatically get to know about this. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe and come back for the next video. Thank you.